Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Thefacedu and welcome back to World of Warcraft. In this video we're taking a look at the raid called Karazhan, which can be found in the Eastern Kingdom, in the zone called Deadwind Pass. Now, the best way to actually reach Karazhan is to go to Strangleton Vale, to Booty Bay, then just fly on straight on over here where I'm at currently. That's it, that is if you're Horde. Alternatively, if you don't want to do that, you can go to the Twilight Highlands, then fly down here. Then you just get a flight path somewhere around here. The Swamp of Sorrows is a good example. There we go. Then in future you can just take the teleport in Orgrimmar to go to the Twilight Highlands, then just, take a flight path down here. Alternatively, you can go from Undercity to over here, but that's really a long fly. In any case, Karazhan is located right on over here, like I said. This is the main entrance. You will find Khadgar, another Archmage, and a Mage Darius. He's a reputation vendor for the Violet Eye, which is one of the reputations that you'll be able to farm out in this raid. It is the only one, basically. You will also be able to get the tier 4 gloves and helmet, transmog items from here. Of course, there are a couple of pets, but they're pretty cheap on the auction house, at least in my realm, so I don't feel like it's worth noting. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check out the full loot, but I'm just going to go ahead and launch all the things. And let's just go ahead and Burning Crusade, Karazhan. Yeah, basically, well, I don't actually have all of them. Every other boss has like pet that you can get. There are also some recipes in here. Yeah, there we go. There's another pet, the Shatir Charm. For enchanters, there are a couple of recipes. And of course, you have a bunch of transmog. I'm currently on my druid. So yeah, basically we're just going to go ahead and enter. And of course, the most important thing is attune the huntsman, or the horseman. Yeah, the huntsman, which you can farm out weekly for the mount. I still haven't gotten it yet. There are no other mods besides the regular one. Over here is a good place to actually farm out Not Hide Letter. You just enter it, you clear out everything, skin. You do a couple of pulls, of course, then you just venture on outside. The boss doesn't really spawn there. I currently do not need any Not Hide Letters, so we're just going to go ahead and... Well, basically we're just going to pull everything up to attune the huntsman. Now basically, I already hit Exalted with my mage, since I've been doing this for quite a long time. That is farming out the rep. So basically go ahead, pull them, kabam. It will take you a couple of weeks to hit Exalted. And of course you'll be getting plenty of Netherweave cloth, even more so if you're a tailor. So just go ahead and attack him. There we go. And of course I got a crossbow and cloth hands. And yeah, that's basically it. We're just going to continue onwards. Just pick a direction and just head on over there. You do have a vendor in here. Yeah, the blacksmith. But you'll be able to actually trade with him once you hit a certain reputation point. But it doesn't really matter because soon enough you'll be able to actually mount up. So if you have the Traveler's Tundra Mammoth, which I would recommend that you actually get, you'll be able to, vendor out a bunch of things as well. So we're just going to be heading over here to the Grand Ballroom first. And yeah, as you can see, there's plenty of enemies for you here to kill. They're all humanoids. So if you take a tailor here, you will get a bunch of netherweave cloth. It's almost insane the amount you will be able to get. I remember I was making thousands of netherweave cloth bolts. There we go, and that's why I love the druid, and that's why I actually decided to change my main from a mage to a druid, is just so I can do that. It makes farming that much easier. So it can take you a while to actually do all of this, but in any case I don't really mind. Bam! So we're just going to take care of all of them like so. Some of them are quite stubborn. There we go. Just to show you the insanity. I got like 10 netherweave cloth. From there you also get soul essence, which is used for some higher tier materials. Most, if not all of the bosses are basically one-hit kills, but there are some bosses that are a little bit tricky, and I'll get to them once I actually get to them. So I'll see you in a little bit. Just go ahead and pull everything if you want to level up the violet eye. If not, just go ahead and just do it as fast as you think you can do it. There's really no strategy unless you're playing a druid, then you can just speed through everything. But yeah, they give quite a few rep points. Okay, after you cleared out Morose, what you're gonna want to do is just head on down here. Over here you still have a bunch of mobs that you can pull, just so you know. And then we're just going to be moving onwards. Let's go ahead and eliminate them like so. They'll give you plenty of rep points, since we are farming for that as well. Then what you can do is actually head on over here. And as you can see, there are more mobs here that you can pull as well. So just go ahead and pull all of these guys. Bam. Then you can basically just make a circle, then go back to the guardhouse. There we go. Just go ahead and pull them. There we go. Bam. Then we're just going to go over here. We basically made a full circle back. Then once we actually... Oh no, now I'm back in the servants' quarters. Okay, yeah, that's fine as well. There are multiple paths that you can take. I kind of prefer this one. Well, I mean, yeah, you can just make a full circle around. And we're basically going to head to the Grand Ballroom next. Okay, here we are. So this is the next area after you ascend up here. We're going to be visiting the Maiden of Virtue, and I recommend that you pull everything from here to here and just finish them off over here, then deal with the Maiden of Virtue. Then basically we'll be heading to the Opera Hall. Now the Opera Hall has it has 3 bosses. Let me just show you it. It has the Big Bad Wolf, Julianne, and the Crone. So it's random which one you actually get. And they all have a different actual different what do you call it, different loot, and it's random. Basically you get it as soon as you enter. It can change, but there's really no way of knowing, at least as far as I know. So like I said, we're just going to pull everything in here. We want that rep to increase, and we want a cloth, or you can do it room by room. It really all depends on you, how you want to do it. And yeah, I'm just gonna do that. And yeah, that's basically it. The Maiden is a one-shot. Really nothing too complicated about her. Okay, basically, so once you arrive over here near the Opera Hall, what you're gonna want to do is pull all of them over here, eliminate them. You will get plenty of loot for doing that. Then what you're gonna want to do is actually head to the right here. There we go. Go ahead, drop down here. Head straight on ahead. Then we're just going to head on over here, head up. To the right here, there are some spectral performers over here that you can eliminate. Without any problems, just go ahead and do that. And basically you're gonna want to talk to the stage master. And basically go ahead and just say I'm not an actor, blah blah blah. Then you just go ahead and wait and you eliminate the boss as soon as it appears. Okay, for example, sometimes you will actually need to go ahead and speak with the NPC in order to progress. So if you can right click on them, and that will allow you just to progress faster. Next up, we're in this little zone over here. You're just gonna want to pull everything, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, as you can see now, this is a pretty messed up dungeon in itself. Then you're just going to descend upwards. Then we're just gonna take a look at the other bosses that are here. Overall, this is a pretty long dungeon. It is extremely fun though. If you head on back here, you will encounter some more of these guys. Well, basically you're just gonna want to head straight ahead. Bam. So I'm just going to eliminate all of these guys, and I'll see you soon. Okay, now that you are actually here, we will need to ascend upwards in order to get to the other bosses. But before we do that, as you can see, we can actually exit out of here to the Master's Terrace, and this just leads us back to the Grand Ballroom. So we're just going to go ahead and go over here. And here we can actually access our mount and just, I don't know, repair or sell a bunch of stuff that we do not need. Then we're just going to follow the stairs up. Okay, after following the stairs up, the next one will be the Curator. Now, this boss is also extremely simple. All you have to do is just go ahead and one-shot him. Now, if you are a mage, these siphoners and mana worms, they are sort of immune to magic, more or less, and they are a bit annoying. See, these guys, you'll actually have to melee them down for their last health, because they are just that annoying. So if you're playing like a druid class or something, you'll be able to kill these guys no problem. But you'll have to right click them to basic attack, so you can actually get rid of them, as you can see. The rest of this, you should be able to just, you know, kill them with your abilities. I will see now for the druid, for example. I know for a mage, because I just like to do the arcane blast and just eliminate them that way. So yeah, these mana feeders, they're immune to arcane damage. So that's why I had to, you know, do basic attacks, and I ended up just ignoring them. Yeah, just basic abilities, melee abilities, you'll be able to get rid of them no problems. In any case, you can go ahead and eliminate this room, leave this room alone, basically whatever, and we're just going to move on to our next boss. Okay, once you actually reach this area over here, let me show you on the map, where it basically says the Guardian's Library. You have the Shade of Aran up there. You're basically gonna want to head to the left, so as you can see I'm positioned like this. You're gonna want to head to the left. You'll have this one bookshelf here, And if you were to just head on straight down, you'll be able to find one of the hidden bosses, which is the Restian Ilchwolf. There we go, and you can just kill him quite easily. Well, there we go, I got the Soul Frost illusion, although I already have him, but yeah. Now we're just going to ascend upwards and basically go back to where we were a second ago. And we're just going to want to head straight ahead here. And you basically have a choice of either heading to the left or to the right. We're just going to head on over here and take care of the Shade of Aran, which is essentially the next boss. Just go ahead and bam. Okay, now I'm honored with the Violet Eye, which I think is about the reputation I need to get the recipe that I needed. Next up, we're just going to head straight up here. And yeah, I'll see you soon. There is one more. Yeah, just basically go straight ahead over there. Nothing too special here, or basically nothing of note. These guys will sometimes go invisible, but yeah, that's about it. You can just eliminate them quite safely like that. There you go. Okay, next up you'll actually encounter these two pathways here, and what you're gonna want to do, basically from this circle, you're gonna want to head to the left and go up. Now why would we do that? And it's quite simple, because over here we have the dragon boss, and we can just go ahead and eliminate the dragon boss and get a Netherwing egg. While you're actually farming out for the transmog or whatever, you'll be able to farm out that rep as well. To a certain extent, you know, but yeah, there we go, basically. 3 Netherwings eggs, 4 motes of mana, which is quite nice. And yeah, now we're just basically going to go back down and head to the right one and head downwards. Okay, next up is the actual chess event, which I am thinking about putting in a separate video. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. It'll be part of this one, don't worry. Okay, so basically once we're here, we're gonna want to go ahead and talk to Echo Medivh. Then what you're gonna want to do is just go to your side. So my side is the Horde. So I'm going to go to the Horde, and you're gonna want to enter Warchief Blackhand. That'll start the event. Then what you're gonna want to do is just click cancel. Then what you're gonna want to do is go ahead and right click on the Orc Warlock, and you're gonna want to control him. Now basically the Orc Warlock has a bunch of neat little abilities. There we go, and basically you're just gonna want to target whoever is closest to you. Now the entire point is to eliminate the king. Now the Echo of Medivh will cheat, and he will cheat a lot. And it is quite annoying, but it is what it is. Basically, you're just gonna want to eliminate any forces that come up to your forces over here, to the best of your ability. Now, if you can, if the human clerics are close at hand, you're gonna want to eliminate them. If not, it doesn't really matter. Essentially, what does matter is that we're just going to have to wait a little bit until King Lien actually heads on over here. Until then, we're just going to spam the number 3, because the number 3 is the Fireball spell, which is basically the best ability that we have currently. And whenever you can, target the human cleric, because the clerics are a bunch of assholes, and they actually heal the other pieces. So we're just going to go ahead and eliminate them. Their mages are the equivalent to your warlocks, And this is something that you can lose as well. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't happen that often, but it can happen. That's why this is one of the most annoying parts. There we go. Echo Mediva is actually cheating because he's a cheating little asshole. And their king is just remaining there. Now we're going to eliminate the cleric. Nice. So we're just going to go ahead and eliminate the footman. We gotta support our troops the best way that we can, and that is just by eliminating all of the... There we go, let's eliminate the other human cleric. As soon as you eliminate the human clerics, it's basically GG. You've basically won. Yeah, there we go. We still have that other one. 47. And yeah, and he's cheating an awful lot, which is annoying the living hell out of me. For example, I am going to lose this one because he hasn't moved his king at all. There we go. Ah, there we go. As you can see, I lost all of my pieces. That is all of my grunts. So now we're just going to focus on eliminating, well, basically all of the footmen. They cannot heal anymore, which I find really satisfying. There we go, eliminate the human charger, come on. There we go. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and move, and we're going to actually attack the human conjurer, because it's the conjurer who's actually causing me to take a lot of damage. Okay, so this is the most intense game of chess I have ever played here, which is gonna tell you a lot. There we go. I think my oral warlock is going to die. Doesn't matter, we have Warcraft Black Hand. I just gotta damage him as much as I can. Yeah, not really. Right, you cannot take control. Control him. Okay. Yeah, number 3 is to heal. Okay. Number 4. Okay. The conjurer needs to die. Any human piece located in free space is directly in front of the necrolite. Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna move him over here. Right, we need to eliminate King Lane. Okay, perfect. Excellent. So this is, you know, the worst case scenario. We eliminated all of his forces, more or less, and we're basically protecting Warchief Blackhand, and they're gonna duke it out. This has literally quite never happened to me before. It is actually this rare. I know I lost a couple of times, and that was some absolute bullshit that happened because he was cheating. But mostly he will move his king straight up to here, and you'll be able to just solo him down with the warlock. But in any case, get your loot from here, and that's it. Okay, so after we actually soloed the chess event, we're basically gonna head on up here. Now this is where things get complicated. Well, not really. You're just gonna head to the left here. Go ahead and eliminate these flesh abominations. Over here you have a bunch of these flesh beasts. What you're gonna want to do is just eliminate them all. Head on straight ahead. Bam. Bam. Then over here, eliminate this guy. Then we're just going to head on up here. We can actually do a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Eliminate him. Let's actually get some more speed. And there is Prince Malchezaar. Now Prince Malchezaar is the last boss, and after you eliminate him, you will actually get the achievement. There we go.